Hello, music lovers and conversationalists. Welcome to the channel and Happy New Year to you all. I hope the new year brings you good health, peace, and happiness. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you all have in store for videos and new music finds and music related topics. And today I thought I'd take a few minutes and share with you my top five picks for 2023 in terms of blues artists. I have a few runners up to begin with, and I thought it would be fun to include those as well, and you know, save the best for last, I guess. So, coming in, and as one of the runner ups, this is a solid effort by this particular artist who I believe I'll be seeing. I think it's in the middle of March, right around St. Patrick's Day. He'll be playing with Venable, and I'm looking forward to seeing her again. And this artist is none other than Kenny Wayne Shepherd, and this is his newest effort called Dirt on My Diamonds, and it's volume one. This is like I said, it's a solid blues album, great Kenny Wayne Shepherd album, but it didn't, in my mind, really meet the Kenny Wayne Shepherd standards as some of his previous albums, but still a strong effort with him and Noah Hunt. And I'm hoping that when I see him live, that the songs will be sound better to me. But it just sounded like it was too commercialized, maybe too forced or something like that, too cookie cutterish. But it's on a cool, spattered, um, grayish vinyl, if you will. So that's pretty cool. So I'm still looking forward to the new album, and like I said, I'll be looking forward to seeing him live, and hopefully the music will sound better live, and I'm sure it will because he always puts on a great show. Now, speaking of great shows, I was looking forward to seeing this particular artist, and I saw him finally for the first time back in early October, and he's been promoting his new release, and he's one of the alumni from the Blues Breakers album. The Blues Breakers, actually, John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, and it is Coco Montoya, and this is his latest release on the Alligator Records label called Writing on the Wall, and I was able to get to meet him after the show and get a signature from him on the album. And he really still rocks the house and puts on a fantastic show. And it was great to actually see him live in person instead of watching footage on YouTube of his shows. So, and he lives up to his expectations, and really just a fun night of new music and old music from Coco Montoya. Um, the I guess you could say the first place for the runner-ups for this year of 2023 is an album that came out earlier in the year. I forget exactly when it was. I think it was, well, no, I guess they all came out earlier in the year, but this is one that came out in May, I believe it was, and this is a first for me in terms of the last previous releases. They say the last two previous releases I was not really a big fan of hers. I've grown to like them somewhat, and they're still not as good as her older stuff. But this album really is a return to form, a return to her wheelhouse, if you will, in terms of the sound and the style of writing and playing. And she teamed up with another great singer-songwriter guitarist, and Jesse Dayton, who I really didn't know too much about, and that is none other than the always talented and fun to see play live, and that is Samantha Fish with her first duo project in Death Wish Blues. There's a lot of great tunes on here. Um, Jesse Dayton and Samantha Fish really did some great harmonizing. They traded off on vocals on a lot of songs, and there were songs where they were both the lead vocals. So this is just a fun album all around. It's a great blues rocker, and I believe it's up for a Grammy in 2024. So congratulations to the both of them, and hopefully this is the first of many projects that they'll work on. But I would like to see Samantha Fish do an album like this more in what she's known for in terms of like the Black Wind Howlin' album or the Wild Heart album, and I think that would be really cool to see her do something from back in the day. But I do know that musicians have to expand and grow and try out new genres or sounds, if you will, and stay fresh. And it was still a solid album, in which the last 3 albums she released, this is my favorite. And it's on a cool, smoky, grayish color album, so still happy to have it. And now, for the top 5, this next artist is one who I saw back in the beginning of December, on December 8th at Bull Run in Shirley, Massachusetts, which is like basically my home away from home. I've seen a lot of shows there, and it's just a fun venue to go to. And prior to the pandemic, I'd see this particular band on maybe 3-4 times a year, depending on how many. It seemed like it, at least, that they'd be around this area 3 or 4 times a year. And I got to see the Nick Moss Band, and this is with Dennis Gernlin on harmonica, and this is their latest release from Alligator Records, and it's called Get Your Back Into It. Just a sensational album of Chicago blues at its finest. They're one of the best Chicago blues bands in the world right now. The band has seen a lot of turnover. They have a new drummer who's about 22 years old. He's the only one that I didn't get for the signatures on here. Same with the keyboardist. The keyboardist was not in the band that particular night, but the drummer, Pierce Downer, was, and he was too busy chatting it up with a few other people, and I didn't want to wait around for that long. I don't know how long they were going to be, but I can always bring this to another show and get him to sign it, and hopefully Taylor will be back so I can get a completed signed version of the album. But this is a fantastic sounding album with some really great songs on here. The 3 songs that I really enjoyed were Orally, the title track, Get Your Back Into It, and also Shocks Me Out. Those were the takeaway tracks for my liking. Coming in at number 4, this I know is a big favorite of Gary over at Physical Format Rock and Roll, and I think he saw her this year as a solo act, and I have yet to see her as a solo act. I saw her fill in as the 3rd member of the this is a thing that Roof Records does. It's called what is it? They take 3 guitarists and Blues Caravan, it's called. I knew I'd remember it. And they have like 3 guitarists that go around the country and world, for that matter, and they tour. And Allie Venable teamed up with Mike Zito and Bernard Allison, both of who have albums coming out this year. And I will be making videos of their new albums when I get them in the mail. But Allie Venable released her latest album in 2023, and like I said, I believe Gary went to see her in the summertime, something like that. I forget exactly when, but he did a great review on that show, and this was one of I think he did, if memory serves me correctly, and he really enjoyed the album, and it's called Real Gone by Venable on Roof Records, and I did the pre-order and was able to get a signature from her. So I'm hoping she'll do a meet and greet. I really enjoyed this album. I know Gary had high marks for it and said this is one of her best, and her vocals have really come a long way, and I agree that she sounds phenomenal on this. It's probably my favorite album of hers to date. Maybe I'll do a review or a ranking, if you will, on all of her albums. The top tracks off of that album that really I gravitated towards were "Kick Your Ass," was a real solid rocker. Another one is called "Blues Is My Best Friend," which I think is a solid style, solid sound, and it's kind of like a display of really showing how Venable can be a good guitar picker as well as shredding the guitar, and it's one that I think fans will really appreciate to see the style of her playing and how diverse she can be. And the one that really stood out to me, and I really like this one, it's called "Texas, Louisiana." This is a duet between her and the legendary Buddy Guy. And what I like about Buddy Guy is he works with a lot of younger blues musicians such as Kingfish Ingram, who I'll be doing a video for him soon in the near future for Friday 1st, which will be coming back. And also he worked with Venable on this album, and then the song "Texas, Louisiana" is I guess an autobiographical tune from the two of them, and they tell a story about growing up in the two states and coming from different backgrounds, and but we're really all the same, and their special bond with the blues and each other that they have because of the blues. And also it's a passing of the torch in a way from Buddy Guy's generation to Venable, and I think Venable is like Chris Stone, Kingfish Ingram, going to be or already are the torchbearers and of the blues for hopefully decades to come, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for the two of them, because they are already such accomplished musicians, and I think they're going to have a very bright future. And now that leaves us with 3 remaining of the top 5. And this next artist is a Florida blues man. He's got a real swampy sound about his playing, and his voice has a lot of natural grit and just a sensational talent. And his name is Shawn Birchwood, and this is another Alligator release for him, and this is called "Exorcist." And if you haven't seen or heard Shawn Birchwood, he is just a fantastic musician, a lot of talent, and his band sounds so good when they're live, and they're all firing on all cylinders. And I saw him back at the end of March. I had about 3 or 4 shows at the end of March that were just all crammed together, and it was just a great experience. And he was, unfortunately, this was not released yet, but he did play some tracks off of it, and it just sounded so good. And I was happy to get this when it was released. I think it was in the early summer, I think, or right at the beginning of June. The takeaway songs on this particular album are "Underdog," which is a song about feeling underappreciated, underrated, and overlooked, and it's just a universal feeling that we all have once in a while, and it's just a great tune to listen to. The next song that was really cool and a favorite of mine was "Horns Below Her Halo." This one is kind of like a Devil in Disguise tune, and what I liked about this, it's like basically saying you may not know what a person's real character is like, and always be aware of what their undertone is, if you will, or what their if they have a secret agenda or something like that. So always be on the guard, always be careful. Just a great swampy blues tune that I think people are really gonna dig, and it's a great live tune, and they really blew the roof off with that one. Um, and like he does on a lot of his albums, he has, I guess, a message song, if you will. This one is called "Plenty More to Be Grateful For," and it's a slow gospel-y blues tune. And the takeaway that I got from this is that no matter how down and out you feel, you always do have something to be grateful for that can lift you up and give you hope and be a beacon of hope, and things will work out in the future. So plenty more to be grateful for is definitely one that you're going to want to listen to, and it'll definitely be one that you can be grateful for, and just really enjoy it, and hopefully it'll bring some positive thoughts your way, if you will. So and next we have this artist I'm really looking forward to seeing in the new year for the first time. He's one of the last living legends of the early days of the Chicago blues scene. He's won 12 Blues Music Awards, and in 2017, at the age of 83, won his first Grammy Award for Porcupine Meat. And it is none other than the legendary Bobby Rush with his new album, All My Love for You. And what I like about this album, it's got a nice mixture of soul, funk, and blues in it. And Bobby Rush is such an amazing talent and still going strong at the age of 90. And he's just an inspiration for us all. And I'm looking forward to seeing him. Funny little story about this particular album is that when I did the pre-order, I opted for a signed copy, and I was, as you can see, there's really no signature to be had or found on the cover, and same for the back. So I started wondering, did I actually ask for? Well, I can't get the. Did I actually ask for a signed copy or not? And I did a little more looking on the album cover and the back. As you can see, it's not there. So I'm scratching my head wondering where it could be. And it's right. It's right here. So I apologize for the glare. Right there on the label itself. So I did get an autographed copy, and happy to do so. And the 3 songs off of this album that stood out to me the most were I'm Free, which is an autobiographical tune about Bobby Rush's childhood. TV Mama, which is just a rockin' tune with a lot of Bobby Rush's classic signature sexual innuendos that he likes to work into his songs. And I'm the One, which is a song about how he's not like Buddy Guy or B.B. King or any of the legends in the blues, but he added the funk to the blues, and it's just a great modern day reflection / autobiographical tune of his. And of course, we now go to the number 1 album of the year, and I'm thinking if you saw my contest entry for Tony P over at 2 from the Trunk for his 500 subs contest, and you already know what my favorite album is of the year. but I'm gonna tell you anyways. And it is Blood Brothers from Mike Zito and Albert Castiglia. And this is off of the Gulf Coast Records label that Mike Zito is co-owner of. And not only is this my favorite album of the year, but it's my all-time favorite album now. This album really has no bad song on it, and it was so hard to determine what my favorite songs were. This is a great album, produced by Josh Smith and Joe Bonamassa. Zito and Castiglia take turns on lead vocals, and it's just a fantastic album altogether. My top songs off of this album are the opening track, "Hey Sweet Mama." That's just a great rockin' tune, and it's just such a solid, stellar song. And Zito and Castiglia just are on fire on this song and really set the stage for the album. The next one is a song where Zito takes the lead, and it's called "Tooth and Nail." And if you're familiar with Zito's music, you would think he wrote it, but it was written by the legendary Tinsley Ellis, who is also coming out with a new album in 2024, an all acoustic album. So stay tuned for a review on that. And this is just as every bit of the title says, it's a gritty blues tune, and Castiglia just hits it out of the park, and it's just a fun song to listen to. Another one that features Castiglia on lead is "You're Gonna Burn," and this is a scorcher of a blues slow cooker type rocker, and another one that really just brings out Castiglia's style of singing, his raw power and energy that he displays, and it's just a fantastic song. Another song, switching back to Zito on lead, is called "In My Soul," and this one is I'd say the tearjerker on the album. It's kind of and not kind of, it is an emotional tune. For those of you who don't know, Zito lost his wife to stage 4 pancreatic cancer at the end of July in 2023, so this was a song that he wrote in the last months of her life, and you can tell that he's really feeling the pain and the suffering that she was going through, and obviously that he and his family were going through. And it's just a tough song for, I would imagine, to write and record. And it does have a real cool southern rock vibe to it, so if you're a fan of the Allman Brothers and southern rock, then you're going to really dig this song. And the next tune that I really liked on here is the only instrumental on here, and it's called "Hill Country Blues," and it's just a great tune to listen to and really hear the talent from both Zito and Castiglia and their bands. And what's cool about them is they merged their bands together, so each drummer and bassist and whatnot were able to get some solos in during the shows that I've seen them at, and it was a really exciting. Both shows that I saw them at this past year were really exciting, and just amazing performances by a group of talented men at their peak. And the last song on here, "One Step Ahead of the Blues," it's just a great fun tune. Both Zito and Castiglia trading the leads for their vocals. Just an upbeat tune that everybody will be stomping their feet to and clapping their hands, and an overall fun song in my opinion. So once again, my number one is Blood Brothers by Mike Zito and Albert Castiglia, and I hope you check this album out and the other ones that I shared tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and for taking the time to see what my favorite albums were. I know it's a bit longer than my normal videos, but I appreciate you watching, And I hope the new year brings you all happiness, good health, and peace. And I can't wait to see what you have for videos in the future. Take care, and Happy New Year, everyone. Bye-bye.